Hey guys, Ollie here from Local Knowledge, and winter's coming pretty soon, which for me that means rockfish season. I love fishing rockfish. You know, when we're not chasing tuna or we get some bad weather offshore, I'm always down to go catch some cods. So today what I'm going to show you how to do is how to tie a simple 2-hook dropper loop. This is our go-to rig for rock fishing day in, day out. First thing I'm going to do is I really like to use fluorocarbon when I make my rockfish leaders. It sounds crazy, but because fluorocarbon is so springy, it actually holds the baits out to the side of the line better and doesn't tangle up as much. And remember, it's not cheap, but you're going to reuse these rigs a lot. So this is the brand new Seaguar Inshore fluorocarbon. I'm really digging this stuff. We're just starting to fish it. It just came out, but it does have that good springy effect. And the best part is it's really budget conscious. This stuff is much more affordable than all the other grades of Seaguar. Maybe give it a look for yourself. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a swivel. These are just little, what are they, 100-pound swivels from Mustad. It's a ball bearing swivel, probably a little fancier than you need, but it's what I got. And I'm gonna start my rig, just peeling line off. I'm gonna tie my swivel on. And to tie that on, I just use a simple uni knot. With this heavier line, 60 pound, I'm gonna make about 4 turns. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna count out loud because I'm super slow. Take my uni, and the reason I like the uni knot here is easy to tie and it cinches down tight. So tighten that guy up, trim the excess. So this is the side that is gonna tie to your main line. Okay, then I'm gonna come down about 2 feet. And from there, I'm gonna back up and make a double line that's about 1 foot, maybe 1.5 feet. And then I'm gonna use here a double surgeon's knot. And this is the easiest, I don't know if you know how to tie a surgeon, that can sound a little intimidating. This is the dumb, easiest knot you could ever wanna tie. Take your double line, form a loop, pass it through once, pass it through twice, and that's it. Wet your line. Now that's gonna be your first dropper on your rig. Again, come down about 2 feet, maybe a little more like 3, because I'm gonna need some line to make my loop. Let's call it 3 feet. I'm gonna start a double line. I'm gonna come down about 1 foot, give or take. I'm gonna make another double surgeon. So just take my double line, pass it through the loop I created, pass it through the loop I created again, get everything a little wet, pull it tight. You can see that knot really cinches down nice and tight. It's very strong. I grew up tying the regular dropper loop knot, which takes longer to tie, and I found out in the end it isn't even as strong as a double surgeon. So easy, strong, that's what I'm into. We're gonna go ahead and peel off about another foot or so of line. Okay, and down here, I'm gonna make another loop just using a double surgeons. It doesn't have to be very big. Once and twice through. And you can even do this with a single pass, and you'll see why I say that. Sometimes we will do that if we're fishing over grabby bottom. Okay, so now I got a little loop at the end of my line. I'm gonna trim off my tag. Okay, that's it. There's your 2-hook leaders and then this loop at the bottom. Now let's outfit this thing while I got you here. So loop at the bottom, sinker, pass it through, loop your sinker on. The reason that I like to do that is when I'm done fishing at the end of the day, I take my sinker off, I can leave my hooks in place, and I can roll this thing up after I rinse it and throw it in a Ziploc bag with 4 or 5 other leaders, and on the next trip, I'm ready to rock and roll. So I like to use a little bit different hook than most guys when you talk about rock fishing. This is a 7.0 1X Mustad Demon offset circle. This is the size of the hook I would typically use like for a billfish, except billfish we use inline and this has got a little offset to it. The inline hooks work just fine. I've used them a bunch as well. Lighter wire hook as well, so you don't have a whole bunch of hook going in to tear the bait. The reason I like to use this bigger hook is twofold. Number one, the size of the rockfish's mouth, this hook is not a problem at all for them to get it down. I also like to use a big hook like this because when I fish, I'm gonna thread a gulp on here just like you'd rig a swim bait, and I'm gonna have the gulp extending off of here. The bigger hook gives me more clearance between the bait and the tip of the hook, so I hook more fish. And also, as a bonus, using these bigger hooks, you're not gonna hook a lot of those tiny junk fish that you don't wanna mess with. So once I've got this to here, I'm just gonna simply loop these hooks onto my rig. You could absolutely take this and tie a Palomar knot and hold the hook in place. A quick pass over loop works just as well. Do it on both of these. Pull it tight, got your leads, and you are ready to catch the rock cods. I've got my swivel at the top, got my first drop, my second drop, and my sinker. Took me, what, 3 minutes to tie up this whole rig. So I'm actually going in the morning and I'm gonna tie up 5 or 6 of these, put them in a Ziploc bag. As we snag them, as we need them, I'm gonna pull out another one. And then if at the end of the day, you know, we still have these on, I just cut the main line, unloop my sinker, I leave the hooks in place, and I just kind of wind this guy up like you would any other leader. Wind it all the way down and loop it onto itself, and you've got a nice clean package. Like I said, you can just throw in a bag and be ready for your next cod fishing trip. That's it, start to finish. Couldn't be easier, but do this right and you'll catch plenty of fish. You can even hook yellowtail or bigger fish accidentally while you're cod fishing. Tons of strength, and these will last forever until you lose them to the bottom. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our YouTube channel and subscribe. We appreciate you. Thanks so much.